All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're taking a look at a pretty wild digital ecosystem called CoinMath. And, it's built on an idea that could seriously change how we think about value, currency, and, well, our own minds.
So let me just start with the one question that this entire thing is built around. What if you could mine cryptocurrency with your mind? Forget about giant warehouses full of noisy, power-hungry computers. What if the most valuable resource for creating digital wealth was actually the thing sitting right between your ears?
And that's where this core concept comes in, proof of intelligence. Seriously, forget GPUs, forget insane electricity bills. In this system, every single time you solve a math problem, you're not just earning a little reward, you're actually performing a cryptographic verification. The entire value of the network is directly tied to human brainpower.
Now, this is huge. The protocol has a fixed, hard-cap supply of 100 billion tokens, and that's it. There will never, ever be more. The source material actually calls this a fortress of scarcity. It's all about creating value from something that's mathematically finite, not just printing more out of thin air.
So let's dig into our first section, Mine with Your Mind. So what's the big mission here? Well, the goal they state is to build a system where wealth is decentralized, but not just financially. It's about creating a true meritocracy where your intelligence, your ability to think, is literally the most valuable asset you have.
Okay, so how does this thing actually work in practice? It all happens through what they call the math terminal. Think of this as your cockpit, your gateway into the protocol. It's the interface where your brainpower gets turned directly into tangible rewards.
And the process itself is actually super simple. It's a three-step loop. First, you hit initiate, and the system generates a unique math problem. That's basically a block in the chain. Second, you solve it. Your speed, your accuracy, it all matters. And third, as soon as you get it right, the block gets verified, and boom, the reward is instantly credited to your wallet. That's the core loop over and over again.
But here's the thing. Not all problems are created equal. The system is designed to scale with you. So you might start with some basic arithmetic, but as you level up, you'll move into advanced algebra, and eventually what they call quantum problems, which are these complex, multi-step logic puzzles. And here's the kicker. The smarter you get, the tougher the problems you solve, the more you earn. You can get a multiplier up to 3 times the base rate.
All right, let's talk about the economic model behind all this. Because it's not just about earning, it's about protecting the value of what you've earned. And they do this through what the protocol calls ruthless deflationary mechanisms.
A huge part of this is the halving system, which, if you're in the crypto space, you've heard of this. Every time 10 billion tokens are mined across the entire network, the global reward rate gets sliced in half. The manual puts it pretty bluntly. Early adopters mine effortlessly. Latecomers fight for scraps. So yeah, there's a massive incentive to get in early.
And that's not all. On top of that, every single transaction, moving tokens, anything, has a 3% fee. But this isn't just profit for the creators. Half of it, 1.5%, goes into a burn vault. That means it is permanently destroyed, just gone from the supply forever. The other half goes to the treasury to maintain the system and pay out staking rewards. It's this constant automatic pressure pushing the supply down.
Okay, so you can absolutely earn just by yourself, but the real power, the way to really scale your operation, comes from connection. This next section is what they call the ambassador playbook, and it's all about the metagame of building your own little network through referrals.
The system is broken down into 2 simple tiers. Tier 1 is easy. You earn a cut from every single block mined by the people you directly invite, your crew. But Tier 2, that's where the passive income really kicks in. You also earn a smaller percentage from the networks that your people build. It's all about that network effect.
And this right here, this is the holy grail for any serious player. If you can build and maintain a network of at least 10 active referrals, you hit ambassador status. And that unlocks a permanent 2 times mining multiplier. The key word there is permanent. It doubles everything, not just your own personal rewards, but also all the dividends you're getting from your entire referral network.
And this is where the whole strategy just clicks into place. Look at this. A solo player who's really smart, solving those tough quantum problems, they get a solid 3 times boost. But an ambassador who's also solving those same quantum level problems, they get that 3 times boost plus the 2 times ambassador boost. You're not adding, you're multiplying for a total multiplier of 6 times the base rate. That is the optimal strategy.
Now, for a system like this to actually work, it has to be fair. It has to be secure. So let's talk about the protocol's Iron Fist. These are the super strict security measures designed to stop cheating and protect the network for everyone playing by the rules.
And really, it all comes down to this one guiding principle. It's a direct quote from their manifesto: "Fairness is non-negotiable." This sets the tone for everything else. These aren't suggestions, they're absolute laws of the system.
And the rules are crystal clear. One person, one account, no exceptions. The system actively blocks emulators, scripts, and hacked apps. It scans for rooted or jailbroken phones. And get this, last line, if an account is flagged for being a bot or for any kind of automation, its entire balance is permanently frozen. And there is no appeal process. They are absolutely serious about keeping this human-only.
And speaking of finality, if you decide you want out, it's not just a simple delete account button. It's a very serious, irreversible process. First, you have to unstake everything you have. Then, and this is wild, you have to agree to forfeit, to burn 100% of your remaining balance. Only then can you hit the final button and sever your connection to the network for good.
So, after all that, we're left with this big question. With its grand mission of rewarding intelligence, its ironclad rules, and its really powerful economic incentives, what are we looking at here? Is this really a glimpse of a new meritocratic future powered by our own minds? Or is it just a very, very clever, incredibly well-designed digital gold rush for the 21st century? That's something to think about.